Will there be life if there is no death? Death is the subtle process of life. Ignoring death will only cause struggles and suffering in life. Life will go on with or without the body. It would be a disaster if nobody died. But is there a way to cheat death? One day, Xiaoming received a phone call from his boss. Hey boss, I will back to the factory after lunch. Xiaoming, do you believe in life after death? Oh no. Why do you ask? Well, your grandma who died, you took off yesterday to go to the funeral for. She stopped in this morning to say hi to you. Death is an essential aspect of life. But you rarely hear about it because most of the time, people avoid talking about it. Whenever people think about death, it is usually associated with resentment, anger, regret, pain, struggle, and horror. Do you know the truth about death? Do you know who can speak the truth of death? Do you know why I am called Master Dai? It is believed that no one alive has ever experienced death. If that is the truth, all the stories about death, the afterlife, and heaven, and hell are nonsense because they can only come from imagination. Aren't they? What does death mean to you? In the past, most people knew about death only when someone close to them passed away. Nowadays, you can gather information on the internet. Knowledge becomes as convenient as instant noodles. How reliable is it if you get it so easily? If more people talk about the same thing, does it mean it is the truth? No. Have you ever played the game called Whisper Down the Lane or Telephone Game? The game is like this. A group of people stand in the line. One by one, they pass on a message by whispering to the next person in line. The last one in the line says the message out loud. Then the first one reveals the original message. Now everyone will laugh about how ridiculously different it is between the original one and the last one. The internet is full of misinformation. You cannot tell what is true or what is not unless you experience it by yourself. Then you might wonder, to know the truth about death, do you need to die? No, you don't, because death happens all the time. Life and death is just like yin and yang. They come together, although they are opposed to each other. They cannot exist without each other. Can you have a left without right? Can you have a up without a down? Will there be life if there is no death? It would be a disaster if nobody died. Living forever would be a curse to the person and would end mankind. Death does not occur only at the last moment. Death begins when you were born. It just concludes at the last moment. When you were young, you were more vibrant, so you never thought about death. When you pass the middle age, the process of death becomes more and more noticeable. Death is the subtle process of life. Ignoring death will only cause struggles and suffering in life. Do you know the fear of death is one of the most common fears? That's why people try to avoid talking about death. You want to live your dream life by being healthy and having a big house, driving a nice car, and achieving your goals. You rarely hear someone died as rich and healthy one. All you hear is someone died of disease or poverty. So when it comes to death, you have the bad impression that death is painful, full of suffering and struggles. Can you imagine a painless and enjoyable death? When one's body runs its course to the fullest and passes away peacefully, without sickness or pain, that is the best death. Don't get me wrong, I'm not encouraging you to die earlier. I wish everyone to live as long and healthy as possible. But why do you think it's impossible to die when one is healthy? Even if you live in a modern society with lots of advanced technology, it seems that living healthy and wealthy is not an easy thing, and it's common to get sick, weak, or poor. With the help of news or drama and movies, death leaves you the twisted impression that it will be the last and the worst situation you will have in life. Death is not the end of life. It is the beginning of a different form of life. Usually, the life you know is the lifespan of your body, which you can see and feel. Without your body, you won't be able to sense. With the loss of your body, you will also lose your memory and the ability to discriminate. Life will go on with or without the body. Because you can only see the short period of lifespan and you think this is the most important to you and use all your energy and power to gather whatever you want and miss the whole picture. Do you know you cannot escape death? Many things are not guaranteed. Being accepted in Harvard, getting hired by Google, winning a lottery ticket, and maintaining a happy and long-lasting marriage, and so on. But death is guaranteed. You don't even need to practice it. But is there a way to cheat death? In ancient China, many emperors craved to avoid death and live forever. The first emperor of the Qing dynasty, Qin Shi Huang, even sent hundreds of scouts to the East Ocean to look for the elixir of longevity. He preserved his body in a tomb that nobody could find and hoped to be revived after death. There is no way to cheat death, but there are ways to delay it and prolong your life. Throughout history, people tried many different ways to enhance their life energy and strengthen their body and mind. Through Qigong practice, most practitioners have proven to live long past the average lifespan. According to the history, some of them have lived for hundreds of years. They left many scriptures and methods for later generations to achieve total well-being and balance in life and death. I must die. That reminds you and me that we must die because death is a part of life. Death is as important as being alive. Not only you must die, but must die well. Don't make death the worst moment of your life, since no one can escape it. You must stay healthy and wealthy when the last moment comes. To make that happen, enroll yourself in the proven life energy practice to strengthen your life in physical and non-physical dimensions. You are watching Master Dai's nonsense. If it does not make any sense, that's alright. If you want to make sense of life, a little bit of nonsense will help you out. 混元灵通，好了。